reproductions of worms and bones and whatever else we find interesting, and then we will pull so we can get on deck, turn the ROV around, and then complete the next dive before the weather system moves in. But this has been a successful dive so far. We launched at 4 p.m. Pacific yesterday. It is now 8 a.m. Pacific, so we've been in the water for, what is that, 16 hours or so? And we had a very successful dive at the Octo Cone, as you dubbed it. And we went around the cone, and I mean, there was just so many octopus. There's no doubt in my mind.
I mean, it lived up to its name.
Yes. It was a Sunday sprinkled with octopus at the top, but like well over 1,000.
Oh, wow.
It was fantastic. So many amazing things up there. We did a few collections. We found some really interesting animals. One was an encrusting octocoral that we had never seen before. So we got some good video of that and a slurp of it. It was a long ribbon. It was quite long, like probably in portions 3 to 6 meters across multiple boulders.
We have just completed our ship move.
Roger.
So,
yeah. So why don't I let you guys know what's going on here. So the waypoint K on there was a waypoint that was kind of in the middle of the cluster of breadcrumb trails from the Hercules last year. And so I was asking if it was possible to bring up those breadcrumbs and or the data log observing notes, you know, like collected Ossidax here, saw the tail here, da-da-da-da-da, to try and put up those lat longs so we can kind of see the cluster of dots to give us kind of a rough area to shoot for. The depth on the data log is 3240. So that's around the depth we're shooting for. And there was a hard return on the sonar last year, but we haven't seen anything now. And it was, if you guys recall, it was on a relatively flat area. So we seem to be a bit on a more of a slope here. So I don't know if it's possible to load up some of those coordinates.
yeah, Nicole was going to come up and help with that. In the meantime, I think maybe we can follow the slope down, perhaps. What do you think?
So it was at 3242. What was the depth?
Last year it was 3240. So fairly close to the depth we're at right now.
Yeah, so I don't think we want to go down.
Yeah, I don't think we want to go down.
Okay. So along.
But we
and it was.
We definitely didn't see any cliffs near the whale.
No, no, this is definitely not right here. We did shoot past it last year because we were, you know, the ship was moving, and we shot past it. It took us about a half an hour to come back, and you know they dropped a point, and we navigated back and found it right away. So, are those nav points? Are there anything to load in the system?
I am contacting Nicole right now for those.
But when we shot past the whale, we did kind of shoot off of a cliff. I mean, this is kind of a feature, a little bit of a hill here, and the whale was kind of on top of this hill.
So we're in the right neighborhood, but this helps probably for folks who are watching, especially if you look at the Argus cam view, we're able to see just a very small portion of the seafloor with the lights we brought along. It's like, Chad, I've heard you say sometimes it's like exploring a forest, or in this case, maybe a field in the middle of the night without a full moon with a flashlight. So.
Exactly.
Did you see?
What's that on Herc? On the south side of the sonar? That return there?
Oh.
That looks a little,
That's
Argus-like?
That's how we found it last year. It was like a,
Possibly. It's also the shape of a whale fall.
10, 20, 30 meters back. I'm going to go with...
Argus.
Yeah.
But that's what it looked like last year? Cool.
Was that prominent of a sonar feature?
Yeah, I seem to recall that that's actually how we found it, was there was like a blip on sonar. We thought it was going to be a rock and said it was the whale fall.
Well, I can go look.
Well, once I came up,
Oh,
it's not.
Well, if you're sitting at home waiting in anticipation for us to find this whale again, one thing you can do is refresh your
I'm
memory
pretty sure that
as
was
to what it looked like
Argus.
Yeah.
by going back or to the Nautilus Live website, looking through the videos. You can search them. If you select whale fall, you'll be able to find a couple videos from our discovery last year, and that'll really refresh your memories to what we saw as far as the condition of the whale carcass and the animals that were associated with it. I know I just did that a little while ago, just so I'd have that fresh in my mind to help with comparing to what we see now, or what we will see soon.
That was definitely Argus. Most definitely.
Are you coming back around this way now?
I'm just looking.
Okay.
Because I came down that disappeared, so if I come back up, yeah.
I'm going to check our gauges.
Hey, Jen, is this clear now?
That sounds great, Jan. Crystal clear. Good morning. So as we were saying a moment ago, we just went through a watch change. So we have a whole new group working together here on this watch. And we're lucky to that Chad has decided he is not going to sleep during this during this section or this whole dive. I know. I barely slept last night either. But I did get naps here and there. So I'm probably feeling more refreshed. But I'm Jennifer Brown. I work with Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary. I had the pleasure of being on the Nautilus cruise last year when we found this whale fall, as well as the year before when we found the original octopus garden.
Just trying to cover some ground.
I'm excited to find this whale. Jan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jan Roletto, and I'm the research coordinator at Greater Farallones National Marine Sanctuary. We administer the northern portion of Monterey Bay Sanctuary, the Pioneer Canyon portion, which we dove on 2 days ago, for 2 days. And yeah, I know how Chad is feeling right now, because you just can't pull yourself away when all of these great, exciting things that you want to go back to. So I was very excited about the Pioneer Canyon portion, and I'm actually a seabird and marine mammologist, so I'm very, very excited to see this whale fall live and in person, almost from my living room here in Northern California. How about the front row? Who do we have in the front row today?
Good morning, everyone. This is Al Santos, engineer, video engineer on this watch. Next to me is Paul. He's
Paul?
Yeah, sorry. My name is Paul. I'm a PhD student and the Argus pilot today.
And I'm Bob Waters. I'm the Herc pilot this morning.
And Samantha Wishnak, navigator.
Hey, what do we got here? It's back of those those
How about
ridges. Yeah, we're kind of
how about the
covering this
back row
ground here.
when there's time? How about the back row? Steve, you want to introduce yourself? I assume you're there?
Sure, yeah, I'm here. We're just having a sidebar discussion. I'm Steve Oskovich. I'm the science manager and data logger on the 8 to 12 watch.
Great. And we mentioned your name, Chad, but do you want to introduce yourself too? Sitting next to Steve.
Yes, Chad King from Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary, the chief scientist on this cruise with Jan, who took care of the dives at Pioneer, and I'm taking care of the dives down here at Davidson. I have been up for a very long time.
Have you been up this whole time?
Yeah.
He has, Sam.
Have you at least eaten food? After all of our food talk last night?
A little here and there.
Okay.
Not much. Not much. Actually, it was interesting how I tracked my night. I went from coffee yesterday morning to tea in the afternoon, and then a lot of water in between, and then back to coffee early this morning.
That sounds like what I was doing about 2 days ago. Sam, I did not get, I got, I think about 4 hours of sleep and about 36, maybe 40 hours.
All right, pulling some long shifts.
Yeah, 4 hours sleep.
Yeah.
Every time Jan tried to go to sleep,
I can always
more corals would show themselves.
Yes.
That's how it always works. That's why we found them, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I was getting that second midnight to 4 shift going, and we landed in this coral forest, and I was like, "Oh, this is the densest,
We're too shallow.
this is the amount of coral I've ever seen." So I could not go to sleep after that.
I think it makes sense to find the contour or isobath for 3240 and just go around.
Let's see, we have on Science Chat Diana Waters, who works for National Marine Fisheries Service, and she is our seafloor expert extraordinaire. Gary Williams from California Academy of Sciences, and Kirsten Lindquist, who is one of our second scientists during this cruise. She works for Greater Farallones Association, and she, like me, is a seabird and marine mammologist, but we dabble in seafloor biota. And we also have Mo Flannery from California Academy of Sciences, and she is one of the people who is in charge of the bird and mammal collections. And she goes out and looks at and cuts up and examines dead whales when they strand on the beaches, as well as many other marine mammal species. So we have her all set up to take a look and see if we can collect a few bones to help identify this species of whale. So I hear
That's great.
from
We're so
Mo
lucky
that,
we're just
yeah,
lucky to
I hear
have
from Mo that,
all these folks joining us.
Yeah. People who know what dead things look like, especially marine mammals, and know what all the different bones are and how they're disarticulated. They put them back together all the time. And I don't know, do we have any Osedax experts from Mbari? I don't see anybody on the list.
I don't know if anyone with that expertise has signed up to be part of the Scientist Ashore program. So I guess we'll have to wait and see who pops in to the science chat. As we said, it's a Saturday morning and it's 8:15 Pacific time. So I would think that people might be rousing themselves and making their tea or coffee and starting to check and see where we are, and maybe start joining us in the science chat soon.
Yeah, morning muffins and a whale fall. Can't get better than that on a Saturday morning.
Which return?
Yeah, there's a sonar return to the bottom
That
there.
Argus again? Oh,
Yeah, Argus was the blip that just went away.
yeah.
That looks like just a ridge, and
Is it deeper anyway?
it's deeper.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tilt down some?
Yep.
I mean, it's right by Argus too. If Argus could kind of spin around, like look about, you can come down some,
And go,
you can look around too, you know?
yeah.
When you hear the pilots talking about targets, they're talking about not only are we looking with the lights, but we're also using sound to look for this whale.
The bone should
so they're looking
shine
at,
pretty good, you know?
and so that sound should bounce off the bones, and that's what they're looking for.
Yeah,
Yes, if
that
you
little
folks
ridge.
at home, if you look on the quad
I think
cam,
that's where that ridge was, but
I think I'm turning the wrong way. I'm going to put a wrap in it.
but that up there is just that ridge that we were at, I think.
Yeah.
yeah, if you look on the quad cam, you can see folks in the ROV van, and they're pointing at their various screens. They have
Chad was just
almost 20. Hi, I'm waving back at you.
And one thing to note is that Chad is on board the ship. He's in the van. He was just waving. And Gianna
There he
and
is.
I are at home, and Chad in the van sees everything about 3 to 5 seconds before we do
Can't
at
see
home.
much
So
from
there's
up here.
a little bit of a delay.
Come down
And
a
the
little
folks
bit.
on Nautilus Live, I see things several seconds, maybe up to 30 seconds after we do. So there is a bit of delay even there. All because of COVID-19, the scientists had to basically split up, work from our houses, but we have this great telepresence capability on Nautilus and satellite transmissions. And I'm sitting in my living room with 1, 2, 3 screens and 4, 5, 6 different tabs open on 2 different computers. So switching back and forth. Normally I have about 4 screens in front of me, back and forth pretty easily, looking at all the different angles and all the different cameras. And then I can look in front of me and see what the pilot and what the 2 our ROV pilots are looking at, as well as the navigator. Wonderful technology. Beautiful imagery. Yeah, Chad had to be in quarantine for 2 weeks before he got on Nautilus, as well as everybody else that's on the ship. And you can see that they're all wearing masks. Everybody has, I think, their own rooms, which is why probably most of the scientists are not on board, mainly because we have 3 different shifts. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 or 7 people per shift. But that Herc and Argus can stay down as long as our bio boxes are empty.
We covered that around here. I mean, we need to move somewhere else. So That's all. This in here is all 3240. So we need to go somewhere else because we kind of beat that horse right there.
Yeah, we've been in this area for a while and we're too deep.
You rotate around now. Yeah. Did we get a ship move? Yeah.
Nice looking fish in the Argus cam.
I missed that.
Got my microphone off. The cats and the dog are just, what is going on? You're up all night long. The lights are on, the lights are off. People are walking around when you should be in bed.
Are these your cat sharks and your dogfish? Oh, there's a
the catfish are very active this morning.
I think I saw a little sea cow. I'm sorry, sea pig. I got the wrong farm animal there. You're probably wondering what I was saying. My coffee's still kicking in.
I did not see it.
But as we're searching for the whale, we are seeing some sea urchins. Just saw sea pig, which is a little fleshy pink cucumber that has what looks like little legs, but those are, I'm sure there's a particular name for those. It's not coming to mind right now.
We get a little ship move to
So
get
is that
over
a
in here.
grenadier
This is
in there?
3240 zone. I'm at the end of my reach. So. Yeah.
Bridge nav.
Yeah.
20 meters, 270.
Yeah. Well, we're at 3240. So. Yeah, I want a west move. So this is the right depth.
There's a couple of sonar blips off starboard, not the Argus, but I'm curious if any of those are on the same contour.
They are not. And actually we are right now having pulled up a couple of waypoints from last year from sampling. These two no-name points. They should be behind us, behind Herc.
Like right
Al, would it be
behind
possible for us to
Not right
see high
behind, but
pack?
keep moving.
That's down slope though.
Oops.
That's going to be deeper than 3240.
These are the points we have.
It's what?
These are the points we have.
I know, well,
So
I'm just saying it's down
yeah.
slope and depth is your most accurate. And I can go back there. I have leash to go back. How far is
Well,
it?
we're moving west right now, so
Okay. Well, how far back is it? I have lots of leash going backwards.
40 meters. So I don't.
Yeah, I can.
Oh.
I'll go there quick.
Would this be zipping or zooming? Oh, this is zipping.
Looks like a zip.
Definitely zipping.
But see, it's all down slope that way, so I'm not really buying it.
Too deep.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Like a lot down slope, you know, not like anything you would get. Like error in the depth.
Have we found that like cliff from last year? Because basically last year we were transiting, and as we were transiting, we passed over the whale fall and then hit a cliff and then had to backtrack.
Okay.
So how?
So
am
we
I getting
did see
closer?
that cliff right
Yeah,
before
I
the
can't see
watch
that
yeah.
at all.
train.
It's like totally useless to me. I hate that.
Yeah, you're about 30 meters off.
Yeah, and
So Paul, to answer your question, we did see a
it's
cliff.
way deeper than 3240. So, is it over this way?
Maybe.
Southeast.
All right. Like we're way deeper. We're 10 meters deeper than the depth reported. So that sounds wrong to me.
Science, did Nicole mention anything else about potential waypoints or depth we should be using? The points that we've loaded here in HiPAC aren't promising since we're going down slope.
Is this the point? Can you put the point
Sure.
where I need to be? I can't see over there.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we're
Sam,
going.
is Chad back?
Chad's back, yeah.
Because I haven't. Okay. Because that question I can't answer. I haven't
Yeah, no, I'm
been
back.
able to talk to Nicole.
No, I just went down and got my laptop, and because I have a GIS project with all of the breadcrumb trails and all of the samples that Datalog
Can you come down, Paul?
Yeah, I'm on it.
had acquired, and the sample the waypoint I put in is right in the middle of all that. Some of the samples were now just loaded into HiPAC 2. So the only problem we're having right now is
13 meters deeper than
exactly. We're deeper than the sample observed last year. We're all 3240, and we're at.
So I don't think those points are valid at all. There.
Those depths, you mean?
Unless they recorded it wrong. Sorry, can you keep coming down?
Yeah. Sorry.
This is way down the slope, like much down slope.
Yep.
So,
My thought
Chad, Paul.
is that this is probably all just shifted, like downslope. I think we need to be more here.
Yeah. I think that's weird. I wonder why everything shifted, if that's
There,
the case.
when we were right
yeah,
back
this
up
is
here,
not
there
right.
were a few promising sonar targets, but they were 20 meters off. So I think this is the area we want to be in.
And Chad, can you point out where that cliff was that we saw before the watch change? Paul was asking about, or remembering that last year when we passed over the whale fall, then there was that cliff.
Yeah, when we passed over the whale fall, we kind of dove off the cliff. And that's what we're starting to drive down now. So we need to,
so we had to ascend up a cliff, and then when we backtracked, then we went back down.
Yeah.
Oh, you went up when you passed over the whale fall last year? I thought you were saying we went over and it went down
way
away.
down slope.
So I put the telestrator up
This
on
is not where it is.
on HIPAC now. And I think we want to be in this area. Does that sound consistent with
yeah,
everything? Because this
I
is
don't
just
know
too
why
deep.
the points are so off then. That is very odd.
Do you want me to put HIPAC with telestrator up on channel 3?
Okay, well, this is
Up
not
to you
right.
if you want the shore side to see.
You're
Sure.
almost in the mud too,
Stand by.
right? Okay, so we know this isn't the right place.
Well, I think science still wants to look around here.
There you go.
That's what I'm understanding.
HIPAC with telestrators on channel 3.
Yeah, I think we need to go back west, northwest.
Roger. North of the explored target?
Yeah, kind of like that area.
Okay.
Yeah, you're almost in the dirt. So we can't be down here without moving the ship.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm gonna head back
Bridge
up.
nav. 20 meters, 290.
So folks on the shore, we have HIPAC now with the telestrator up on channel 3. And so we were thinking about heading back to the north west to look at this area north and west of the targets, because it seems like all of the
So you can
data
start coming up
points
again.
from last year are deeper, so in the map than where we should be. So we're going to head back shallower, see what's up at that 3240 depth contour.
Sounds good. Thanks for switching that out.
Did you
It helps to see the
Did you have-
telestrator.
Yeah. Did you have big swells last year?
When we found the whale fall,
I don't think so.
it wasn't big.
Yeah.
I know you had nasty weather, and nasty weather's coming in,
I'm in
and
the
so the
mud
swells
here.
are going to be, and the tide. Maybe that's the difference with the, at least with the
Bad.
depth.
Chad, do you have the date of the whale fall dive last year available quickly?
Quickly.
Or quicker than I do?
Trying.
The bridge is mentioning that they might be able to help with ship location.
Time survey. Yeah, it was October 16th UTC,
Perfect, thanks. That's not far from now.
1944 was the time of one of these samples.
Okay, thanks.
They gonna rev up that time machine they got going there?
We'll see. See if the ship's time machine can take us back to that very day. The fateful day.
Did the time machine come with a new engine?
Yeah, it was an upgrade. Flux converter. So that ship move is underway, about 7 meters to go.
What visuals? Hey, Sam, do you know what visuals they have up in the bridge? Do they get to see at least the HertCam, maybe your screen?
Yeah, there are a couple of different screens up there. I believe they have HertCam, HiPAC, and then of course the DP system.
Okay. I was just wondering, all this descriptions are going on, and was wondering if they were able to see visually what was.
Yeah, they might have the quad as well, just to get spatial awareness. But I think it's up to each watch standing officer to put up which screens they like. So that ship move is just about complete. And we're now directly north of the explored target that had originally been dropped.
Nothing coming up on sonar.
No. Oh, can you pan her on that way?
Yep.
Try and use Argus to look around.
Go ahead, Ridge. Well, Bridge is called.
Yeah.
He found it in the logbook, and we're on the exact coordinates that they had for the whale fall site. So this is a very interesting mystery here.
You need to take a wrap out too. The other way.
Oh. So should I come, or are you spinning, or should I spin?
No, you need the 6-8 wrap?
Yeah, yeah.
There's something out there, 20 meters, very slight. It's been moving around. And the Herc sonar, just the slightest blip.
Yeah.
Looks to be about 10 meters long. Yeah, you see that?
Yeah, about 45 degrees.
Yeah, something that might be like a head and a tail. Now I'm really using my artistically, abilities. Yeah, that's pretty persistent.
Huh. Yeah, what do you think, Bob?
Yeah.
Cool. Let me move the ship over a little bit more. Bridge nav.
And then it disappears.
Oh, where are you going?
It just moves
20
around
meters,
as they move the heading
270.
there and back.
Oh, you're still taking a...
Yeah, I'm still at 1 wrap on the 6-8 now.
Okay.
Should I do a
Yeah, how
spin?
did you just did a spin, didn't you?
No, I was still coming around. We had a wrap and a half.
Yeah, take the wrap out. Just take it out of there.
That promising blip is gone. Maybe it was a living whale.
No, it's still there. It's just on the
Oh, you think?
port side now. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it just shifted a little bit.
Or we've shifted, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's been consistently about 20 meters out.
Yeah, I'll get lined up on it.
15 meters out, maybe.
I think the difficulty in finding the whale shows how lucky we were to encounter it in the first place. We could have easily missed it and passed right by. It really was fortunate.
So, I'm looking at the map from last year, and, obviously underwater navigation isn't precise, especially at these depths. And the scattering of the breadcrumb trails and the samples, they're not, you know, directly on top of one another. And what I mean by that is all the samples took place at the whale, we know this, but samples on the map differ by as much as 50 meters on the map itself because of the way it bounces around. So we're to the north of it, and if this sonar doesn't prove to find anything.
I think that's our, I'm willing to put money down on it right now. I'm pretty sure this is it.
Where is it?
Right, yeah, in the sonar, right ahead of you. Another 5 meters or so,
Okay,
maybe 10 meters.
I'm pretty much at the end of the rope. You want to move towards me?
It's got this fusiform, you know, return.
Yeah, I kind of see something in the distance there. It's barely out of view. Yeah, you can come down some, Paul. That's it. Score.
Woo!
All right.
All right. Okay.
Maybe.
I wasn't worried.
Dropping a target here for sure.
Drop
Drop
drop targets all around it.
Yeah. This is a great example of how difficult navigation
All right,
is.
I'm at the end of the rope, of course.
All right. Well, ship move has a meter and a half to go, but I'll keep moving here.
And
Bridge
now
nav.
I can start to see it.
Yeah, it
You
looks
saw it
like
before
the
we
entire
did.
HIPAC map and waypoints just shifted southwest
20 meters, 270.
100 meters.
Yeah, the depth is always the thing to stick with.
And you're right. It's 3240.
That's the most accurate
All right.
position sensor
And we're
we
looking.
have.
Trust thy sensors.
We're looking from the tail. We have the tail closest to us, correct?
I think so.
Looks like.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
the tail is closest.
Let me shake off the mud while I'm waiting.
Ship move starting. So how much money did you put down, Steve?
Yeah. I was wondering the same thing.
All the money.
Well,
the money.
you got it. Congratulations.
Unfortunately,
You might want to do some actual betting soon, seeing as you seem to be having some luck.
I just looked at the sonar. It's not, yeah.
Certainly a lot less flesh than what was there a year ago.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I
And
mean,
how-
we could have just not told you and we saw it, and then you'd have that 5-second delay, and then you thought it would be magic, right?
That's true, yeah.
That's a cruel joke.
Oh, so the Argus view is actually showing more of the whale right now than the Herc view.
Yeah. And how incredible to have actually been able to come back almost a year later.
It's really exciting. And way to go finding it. It really is a needle in a haystack to try to find things out here on the seafloor.
Very large needle, very large haystack.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so different.
It is so different.
Definitely
The
no longer
3D
a
model
Renaissance.
really,
Yeah.
3D model we do will really show the volume change, I would think.
The rib bones just kind of disintegrated there.
Yeah.
The whole rib cage was supported last year. I mean, it was still upright and everything.
Definitely no longer an accidental Renaissance painting as it looked before. Wow.
Definitely not as many worms in the sediments around it. We'll have to look closer to see if there are any left. Last year it was a pretty obvious carpet.
Yeah. So as we're setting up and everything's getting into place, as far as the front row is concerned, I think the first thing to do,
Ship move complete.
when we're ready, is we're going to want to do one clockwise and one counterclockwise orbit around the whale like we did last year.
Okay.
To try and keep it, you know, vertically in view the whole time, kind of the same distance away, so we can do a 3D model of it, and then a pass over the top each direction. So I know that'll take some time, but we should do that before we take any samples.
It looks like the baleen might have been scattered by the scavengers all around the head end of the whale. And looks like a bunch of whelks are associated with that.
I don't know.
You don't think that's the baleen?
See the baleen any longer. Once we get in closer,
Mm-hmm.
maybe those are remnants of it. Mo, are those the two auditory bullae? Yeah, Mo saying individual plates. You are correct, Jen. And Kirsten?
They look much more similar to the baleen I'm used to seeing when it's dried, where it's dark in color versus last year when it was still very light in color.
Cream colored, yeah.
Cream, yeah, that's a good color description. And then I think Mo said yes to your question.
Yeah. Okay.
What did you call them again? Oh, auditory bullae.
Auditory bullae, yeah, the ear bones. And Mo, is that one of the ones that you'd like to have collected for the museum?
I think we're okay. So how close do we want to be here for this?
Okay.
Yeah, you're approaching it about a good distance. That's probably good right there, Bob, and then just kind of do the pirouette.
Okay.
Go all the way around it.
So people may recall last year the carcass was covered in octopus and eel pouts. I do see one eel pout still here peeking out from in between the ribs. That's a kind of a fish. And there were grenadiers circling about. We don't see any of the grenadier yet. If they're in the area, we haven't seen them. We do see a lot of squat lobster, white crab-like animals on top of the skeleton. Definitely still appear to be bone-eating worms.
Certainly a lot of
covering many of these bones. Yeah.
Wow, it is just decimated.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be this far gone. 12 months, that's incredible.
And a lot of the cartilage that we saw between the backbone seems to be gone.
Yeah, is the yellow that we're seeing here in between the bones cartilage, or is that a different organism that's moved in to feed?
Yeah, I wonder if it's worms or bacteria or something.
I don't recall seeing yellow last time.
No,
The
I
bones
don't
were
either.
more articulated then. They were still together.
Mm-hmm.
And Mo, if you see any pelvic bones, there used to be a lot of small bones scattered just a slight distance away from the vertebrae. So let us know if you see anything that looks like a pelvic bone. Thank you.
So, Mo also said the processes on the, I think, vertebrae are gone. And I think she means the processes that were sticking up.
The ones that were off to the sides.
They were off to the side. Okay.
Yeah. The top ones, because it's laying, it fell on its back. So it's belly up.
Yeah, it's a good thing to
Former
point out,
belly up.
Jan, for those who didn't see it last year. Yeah, like you said, it landed belly up.
One other thing
But
we
the
can
auditory
mention, people
delay.
watching, I was just going to say they could load the 3D model from last year and look at that while we're going around this and be able to visually compare. And that's available on the Nautilus Live website or the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary website.
You really wonder where all these large scavengers went. I guess on to the next whale fall or large food fall.
Yeah, you even had a lot of, there were a lot of octopus there also. I've only seen one fish.
I think I saw a second eel pout poking out from under one of the vertebrae. We'll have to look more closely.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, maybe two so far. And no octopus. So what are the bones here at the very end of the whale? Are those vertebrae that are scattered?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Caudal
fins. Verts, yeah.
Okay.
Caudal vertebrae. And those go into the flukes. Just the tail. Is that right, Mo? The final few that go into the flukes.
So the fuzzy pinkish red material on top of those vertebrae are the bone-eating worms we were talking about, ossidax.
Are they larger than they were last year? Or is there just more of them? They seem
They kind of seem a little bit longer to me.
Our butt in the mud.
I was asking Chad if he'd seen anything anywhere about whether or not there's succession in the species of oxidax that colonize these skeletons, and whether or not we would anticipate seeing the same species we saw last time or possibly a different species. I don't know the answer to
This
that.
side's kind of upslope, so I'm like dragging my rear in the mud, trying to get it the same height.
Okay.
I think I have to point the camera down more. I don't want to get into this stuff.
There's another fish coming in.
There's a grenadier.
Grenadier.
We're gonna have to let it clear now.
So the caudal vertebrae appear to have been scattered, and I was reading that it's probably what happened with the baleen too. Some of these scavengers, in the activity of scavenging, they can cause the bones to get scattered away. I'm wondering if the smallest fluke bones are of a size that would be amenable to collection and would be of interest.
So I need to kind of move off and shake off the dust. That side of the whale falls kind of upslope, and to be that low, we're dragging the rear in the mud.
Oh, gotcha.
So I have to get over here and shake it off. We can pick it up again.
Can see the whale from Argus still. It's a straight down view from on top, which is pretty neat.
Can you tilt down anymore in August, or are you all the way down?
My view? No, I'm already all the way down.
Chad, did they take out one of the partitions in the larger bio box?
I'm not aware.
Okay.
Yeah, we're plowing a trench over there.
As far as I'm aware, all the partitions are standard.
Yeah, probably same configuration.
Back off.
So Mo is saying that the baleen would be useful for stable isotope studies as well. Yeah, those pieces of baleen will definitely fit into the bio box. Not quite certain if the vertebrae, maybe one of the caudal ends. And if we can get the auditory bullae off, they might be a little difficult. Those will be small enough to fit.
Bob,
Huh?
did you see that breakup in Hercules? Zeus?
A breakup?
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to drive. I'm not looking at.
I saw it, Al.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Can you
All right.
check the light levels?
Yeah.
Yeah, we picked up a lot of
On
mud.
bubble?
That was bad. That was bad.
Hercules was, it's a pretty bad breakup.
What do we do? Here, we need to check light levels there.
Oh,
What's that?
RX power -8.
That's good. Okay, look at the other one, MQTT Explorer.
What am I looking for here? Top side.
We're looking at receive powers.
Top side receive power -2.4.
Yeah, what's the bottom side?
Bottom side receive power -2.3.
So we got good light.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's the only time I've seen it, so we'll just keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, we got a lot of mud.
A great view in Argus, though.
Okay. Back over there.